Warriors, I welcome you to episode number 148 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. I am your host, Dennis Simsek. Today on the hashtag Ask the Anxiety Guy show, I'm talking about derealization, a response from the nervous system due to extreme emotional trauma that is consistent in someone's life, what I recommend as solutions to panic attacks, and what my evenings are like. Someone asked me this question. And before I get into this very important podcast episode, I want to send out a very heartfelt shout out to the entire YouTube community. Guys, there are so many comments related to progress that you are making. I am so proud of each and every one of you. And it's very interesting because I'm getting the sense that the community there, as well as throughout all social media, I believe that you're starting to grasp the content, the knowledge, the wisdom. Not only are you listening to it, you are applying it and really understanding what I'm presenting to you. And I'm so proud, and you should be so proud of yourself. So, YouTube community, keep it going. I believe in you. Shout out to, oh my goodness, this lady is amazing, and I'm going to embarrass you. I'm sorry. Janine Carter, who sponsored 2 people this week to start the End the Anxiety program. Amazing. Amazing. It came out of nowhere. She emailed me. She wanted to sponsor someone. I said, yes, absolutely. And those 2 people are on their way towards better places in their lives. Janine Carter, you are amazing. Warriors, welcome. Your questions matter. You're listening to the Ask the Anxiety Guy show.
This podcast episode is brought to you by the End the Anxiety program, a downloadable CBT-based program created by the Anxiety Guy himself to help heal your emotional distress and put anxiety behind you once and for all. Visit www.anxietyexit.com to learn more today.
Now, first question comes in from Donna Schollhammer on Facebook, and I thought it was a very important question that I generalized and brought to to all the warriors out there. Donna asks, "Hi, I bought your program and was working through it, but I got stuck because the thing I fear is the derealization, which sometimes hits out of nowhere without reason. I try and ignore it and not react to it. I just wondered how I could approach it like you suggest within the program." Now, derealization, Donna, and everybody else out there, is a very, very common world with anxiety. You know, there's derealization and there's depersonalization, which is the same but slightly different. Depersonalization is a sense of I'm living in a bubble and maybe the boat's swaying and my vision is fuzzy. Derealization is more so I'm touching things and I can't feel them. My sensory systems are not really working. I'm not really understanding how to interpret things in the outside. When derealization hits, the energetic body is overwhelmed by emotion. Let's get this. The fight or flight response becomes triggered, and the system, your system, goes into full-on protection mode, and it shuts down the sensory system's ability to create meaning between things temporarily until the threat is over. But in my world, in anxiety disorder, where I lived, the threat was never over. That's the challenge, my friends. That is the challenge. And here's what I want you to understand. Don't ever ignore it. You're just stuffing it deeper down into your subconscious mind body if you continue to try and ignore it. Instead, respond to it through your mind, body, and emotions. Mind, your inner self-talk that emphasizes the evidence around that supports safety. Body, using your body in ways that promote safety. This could be the tones of your voice. This could be your speed. This could be your posture, your breathing patterns. What are you doing with your body in those moments when derealization hits? Finally, your emotions. To recognize the neutral perspective over the things within your environment that send safety signals to your system. You are very much living in the present based on the experiences that turned into interpretations from your past. Derealization, in the anxiety sense, goes when we prioritize ourselves first. It goes away when we prioritize us and we promote self-care and we work with the response properly in the moment of it showing up. What are emotions anyway? What are feelings anyway? Feelings and emotions are like navigational systems. If I feel something, I will be nudged in a certain direction. The problem is that when someone gets a feeling or an emotion, they tend to impulsively react to it as if they are in danger, or as if the interpretation in the outside world is in fact true. So I get a feeling of depersonalization or anxiety or whatever it is, and I'm sitting beside Tom. Hey, Tom. And I'm talking to Tom, and I'm starting to get these symptoms. All of a sudden, my body is screaming in whatever direction it wants to tell me to go. And all of a sudden, I start avoiding Tom completely because of the interpretation. Tom is danger. Tom is not danger. Tom is just Tom. Tom's a nice guy. The danger comes because of my experiences from the past and the core beliefs I hold within me and the prejudgments I make over people. I'm scared how they're going to judge me. So Tom, essentially, is dangerous. But in fact, Tom is an opportunity. Tom, to speak to Tom, is an opportunity to see my challenges head on, face them, and to begin to send safety signals through my mind, body, and emotions. Very important. I always say that mindset comes before skill sets. Stop looking to take so much action and get your mindset right. Change began to happen with me when I started to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to face challenges today. They will show up. Before that, it was like, get in front of the mirror, positive affirmations, I am beautiful, I am amazing, I am anxiety-free, I am anxiety-free. And my system is going, you're not anxiety-free. Who are you kidding? Your whole identity is based around anxiety, and you're saying you're anxiety-free? Please. That 5% conscious mind doesn't have enough power to overwhelm the 95% subconscious mind. And my body let me know every single time. Question number 2. Sandrita_Liz15 from the Instagram tribe. This is good. This is good. What do you recommend as a solution to panic attacks? A very straightforward question, a very important one. And I do have a few suggestions I want to send to everybody out there that's going through panic attacks. We have to focus on the psychological/energetic factors of stress and panic, as well as the biochemical factors. So I want to start with this. Overcoming panic attacks are 5-fold. 1, elevated levels of lactic acid in the blood. People don't realize this when it comes to panic attacks. So you must reduce and eventually eliminate sugar, alcohol, caffeine, And you must add things such as magnesium and B vitamins to your diet. So it's a combination of ridding yourself of things, but also adding certain things to your system each and every day. But too many people are so connected to these stimulants and these habits that they've partaken in for long periods of time, and it becomes difficult for them to leave them because of the association they've made. Caffeine equals the start to my day. You'll notice a lot of Canadians out there waking up in the morning, and I used to be driving down the street and look at Tim Hortons. If you're Canadian, you know what I'm talking about. And the Tim Hortons lineup was massive, massive. I'm telling myself, well, there's a coffee shop right next door. Why is Tim Hortons, full and the other coffee shop isn't? Really doesn't matter. But the idea behind this is that people have created associations. I have to start my day with this because of the success, because of the feelings that it gives me in the morning. I cannot rid myself of this. Who will I become? How will I act? Now, the second thing when it comes to panic attacks is prepare your mind for the potential attack. Please, don't be delusional. Anticipate challenges and challenging scenarios that might show up during the day. You have to anticipate these showing up, whether you're speaking to Tom and you begin to panic, or you're going to go into the grocery store, or you're going to sit in your bed and remember things. I mean, wherever you are having panic and panic attacks, you have to remind yourself that again is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to reframe things and go in another direction. But first, you must prepare your mind for when that panic might show up. So the mindset, again, is very, very important. The third thing I want you to remember is bring your tools. Bring your toolbox, mental and psychological tools for the lead up and during the attack. Remember, less is more. Less is more during a panic attack. I'm telling you to bring your tools, but your tools consist of very subtle things that you apply prior to the panic attack and during the panic attack. Condition safety into your body. You must exert counter statements to the impulsive thoughts. And you must use your body in a way that places a neutral pairing to the situation. My friends, it's always a combination of mind-body. What are you thinking? Are you stuffing things aside? Are you hoping it goes away? And body. What are you doing with your body to send safety signals? These are your tools. Also, at the end of the day, look back on the panic. Okay, I hope you're writing these down, by the way. At the end of the day, look back on your panic and recognize what perspective you left out or what viewpoint you missed. So I'm walking in the mall, let's say. I get panic. I get a panic attack. Not an easy situation to be in. But if I look at that experience later on in the night, I can see how I was holding my fiance, my wife, my husband's hand, and I really didn't recognize the support that person was giving me. I left that one out. And I was walking by my favorite tea store. And as I remember now, I imagine and I reprogram my mind to check these things out next time I'm in the same environment. So what I'm doing is just recognizing what I left out and what perspectives I missed at the end of the day. It's just a recap. Finally, utilize your powerful imagination. Run your safety color through your body throughout the day by imagining the color traveling inside you with each and every breath. Color is the language of you. Color is the language of your subconscious. We must utilize color, safety color. So I could be walking down in a very sticky place, sticky situation, and maybe I've had a panic attack there before or whatever, if I begin to breathe in a color of safety, my system will get it. But we're not really conscious of the breathing until we begin to lose it, until we begin to hyperventilate. So prior to that, breathe in your safety color in that particular environment. And I promise you, look at where your attention is going. Look at what's happening right now. You are preparing yourself for that environment in a language that the subconscious gets. So you visualize it. You see it happening. You see the color overtaking your whole body. You breathe it in. And you breathe out all that gunk, all those misinterpretations, all the fear and tension. And you do this for a set time. And all of a sudden your system goes, okay, the pairing is now safety to where I am, safety to who I'm talking to. This comes in time. So take those suggestions based on panic attacks and run with them. Write these down, guys. Listen to this podcast episode a number of times. Download it. Share it with someone that needs it. Share it with a group that needs it. We all need it. Question number 3, a personal one. I like personal questions. Joe Hayes via email says, Dennis, what are your evenings like? What habits do you do regularly? I like personal questions because a lot of people look up to me now as someone who they want to become like. And I'm not saying this from an egotistical perspective. I'm saying this for your better good. You're looking up to me, you're looking up to other people. I want to think like this person. I want to do things like this person. I want to be this person. Fantastic. What do they do? What do they do? How do they think? What's their internal world like? What's their external world like? It's brilliant. You need a role model. So here's what I do. Myself and my family turn off all the electronics 2 hours prior to sleeping. I always eat a very light meal 3 hours prior to bedtime. I also always experiment with different herbal teas every night. And I have 1 glass each and every night. Many people out there know what a tea addict I am, love my teas. I share them on Facebook Live each and every week. Come join us every Saturday night, 8 p.m. PST. Check out what tea I'm drinking. I read 30 minutes prior to sleep. Calms me down, calms my nervous system down. I sleep at 10:30 every night, the latest, sometimes even 10 p.m. What else do I do? I always meditate with a focus on gratitude and breathing 30 minutes prior to sleep. And I always run a particular idea. This is so important. I always run a particular idea through my head of what I want to ingrain into my subconscious just prior to sleep, such as my body is healing, or I am positively affecting thousands of people's lives. So I will ingrain an idea into my mind as I go from a beta thinking state to an alpha state to a theta state and over to a delta state, which is a sleep-like state. And as I transition through these brainwave states, I know that I'm opening up the doorway to my subconscious. The last 30 minutes to sleep is a very big opportunity for anyone out there to condition something into them. What do you want? Plug that into your subconscious over and over again as you're going from that thinking state to the sleep state. So those are some things that I do in the evenings, and I'm quite religious with these because I find that if I'm not, sometimes I'm irritable. And everybody out there needs to understand that I am not this robot, this mechanical robot who has overcome anxiety and now he can do whatever he wants. People ask me, Dennis, do you ever get anxiety again? No, I don't get anxiety because I know what sort of things take me in the direction of anxiety, and I refuse to go there. Why would I do things? Why would I think things that I know will take me down a certain path? Why would I do that? I'd rather go to a different path each and every time. There is a constant conditioning going on here. There is a constant programming going on here. There is no finish line. Quote of the day. There is no finish line when it comes to self-mastery. Stop looking at your anxiety as something that you need to overcome or recover from. This isn't about anxiety recovery. It's about a transformation in your energy. It's about a transformation in your identity, which will lead to a transformation in your reality, my friends. Get this. Get this, please. Question of the day for the YouTube community. What new habit do you want to align yourself with in the evening prior to sleep that you know will benefit you greatly? Go ahead, comment below, let me know, inspire some other warriors out there. I want you to know something, that you are more than anxiety. What you're going through is based on things that you're thinking and beliefs that you're holding, but they are not you as a person. Step outside of those thoughts. Step outside of your actions and take a good look at what's really going on. You are doing things that are causing you to feel this way, but this is not who you are. As long as you know that these are things that you're doing, you can always change what you're doing. I love you. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a positive rate and review. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye. Warriors, remember, you are more than anxiety. You keep asking the questions, and I'll keep answering them.